Hi all, it's May 16th. Welcome again to another City Skyline mod highlight. Apologize, what I normally use for background here is not working right now. I'm not sure why the Steam store doesn't like me, but anyway, we're highlighting 5 mods and assets again today. You'll see, actually I have a whole bunch more in my folder, but we've highlighted not only some mods and assets, but also a brush pack, which I like a lot, as well as a map, a power item, a water item, and a cool monument that I think is pretty to look at. So, nice range of things today. I hope you enjoy. As always, let me know if you've got any questions or comments, and I'll try to answer them as best I can. Thanks very much, and on to the videos. First off today, we have a power item. And now if you actually look at it, what it is, this is a power relay station. It's by Petrak. Tiny cost, low pollution, a little bit of upkeep. It actually is misbehaving a little bit, I believe. It's supposed to have some fences around it. When I place, it's not getting those fences. They're assets, and for some reason they're just not showing up. That said, I think this station and the other station he has, which both supply power, are really cool. So basically what it does is if you place it, you can place it anywhere, and it acts like a big power relay. So it'll connect power between two far off areas. And if you look at it, I think it actually has that look pretty well. Really does look like what I see for power relay stations, sort of transformers, the tower. Looks pretty good. It would look better if the fence around it, but to be honest, I'm not that upset by it. And it solves sort of one of those problems where you've got, power that's barely connecting. Like over here, I can place this and boom, I have a real connection. Or areas where you might not be able to connect, but if I add, say, a power relay station there and one here, obviously not ideal, but it connects through. So there's a lot of really cool ways you can put one like right here in the back to connect the power together if you needed to. Again, you probably wouldn't need these all the time, right? You'd be able to eventually get rid of them. But I think they're really useful for just acting as sort of something you see around a city and a town all the time if you're looking for, which are these relay stations. And I really like that they look kind of like what I expect to see. So even without the fences around it, I think it's pretty good. And I know as of yesterday when I was looking at the page, he was actively trying to fix that. So hopefully we fix anyway. But for now, I think it's a really great addition to the city. Acts exactly like I think it would. So this is Petrak's Power Relay Station. Next up is this map by Lucia Tania, and if you are a child of earlier decades, you'll notice this. This is actually a map of Monkey Island from, I believe, the original Monkey Island game, The Secret of Monkey Island. It's been a while, but I absolutely adore this map. It's a recreation of the island. This, for me, the part that I always remember is this one here, excuse me. Love this little lake in the middle of that. But island here is recreated faithfully. It's a tiny little map, and it's a map that's somewhat difficult because you have this cut down the middle, and then also this, which I don't think you can actually build across there, I'm not positive, to the northern end. Road and rail just to the north here. I don't think I saw any other connections, so only one connection in. You do have some sea connections you should be able to connect up. There are passengers already here. So it is a fun little map to look at. I really enjoy it. One thing to note, though, is that with the base game, you won't be able to unlock everything. You wouldn't be able to get this northern piece right here. So in order to actually unlock the entire island, you'll need one of the mods that allows you to unlock, I think, either 16 or 25 spaces. In terms of natural resources, you'll see lots and lots of forest. And I think there's a little bit of ore and a little bit of oil. Your oil's over here. Your ore is a little bit spread out. Is it mostly here? Your ore is mostly over here. And then, yeah, oil on the side. So this is quite a fun map for me. I think it's really quite cool. And I wanted to highlight it just because it brings back memories for me, and I hope it does for you too. So this is the Monkey Island map by Lucia Tania. Our next asset is this Perlin by Havlaki Media. This is, I believe, actually originally in Reykjavik, if you look here. Yep, collection of hot water storage tanks in Reykjavik, Iceland, topped by a restaurant. Costs a lot. What it does have is a massive pumping capacity. It has a capacity of something like 6 of the regular pumping towers, I think. It's a really very large amount, so you have to keep that in mind. But if you place it down, the building and model is absolutely gorgeous. I guess these are the hot water tanks, and then you can see little places to sit and eat around the top. Got some nice trees in there, and it sort of has this really cool feel that I haven't been to Reykjavik. I've been to Finland, and for some reason it feels similar to me, even though they're very far apart. It just has that look of sort of like the Nordic, a little bit more fancy, modern than you'd expect than in some other countries. Fits right into your city really nicely. It looks like a regular building, but it's a pumping station, so you could very easily connect it to your pipe. And if you do that, of course, you're going to have a whole ton of water all of a sudden, because it pumps like double what I currently have, or something like that. So lots of water. You'd have to plan around it. You'd have to acknowledge that you're going to do it. But really cool building, really cool concept. Love the hot water tanks, and I love the little places to eat up top. It's kind of silly. So this is the Perlin by Havlaki Media. Next up, we have Sunshine's Indoor Ski Resort by Bump and Nickel. It is a massive monument that has to be placed roadside, but if I place it here, we can look, and it's this gorgeous model. It's a lot of fun with the actual ski rental, the entrances, and then where you would ski down. It's absolutely massive. It is not a tiny thing by any means, but it's a great looking model. It's a great, just something I didn't think about at all. That, I mean, God, look how big that is. That I was like, wow, I could find a use for this in my cities. In particular, I'm looking forward to trying to getting to the top of a mountain in some of the more creative maps and putting this there as sort of like, yeah, we can't ski in the game, but here's this indoor ski resort. The only thing that's sad is I can't actually see, I don't think, I was looking earlier, you can't see the hill inside, but other than that, I think this is a gorgeous little model. It's a cool little thing to have, and heck, I assume these are companies that are related to skiing. I'm not a skier, I don't know. It has a restaurant too. I didn't even notice that the first time around. So, this is Sunshine's Indoor Ski Resort by Bump and Nickel, and I think it's quite fun. And finally today, I'm going to highlight the Pack Ultimate Area Filters version 2 by FX2K. And what this is, it's actually winds up being in the water section, which is a little bit weird. But it uses these brushes. They're one by one or one by one gravel, but I'm going to just do a couple of these. So that was parking, here's some gravel, here's some concrete. You can't click and drag, they don't act like brushes, unfortunately, but apparently that's not possible. Let's try some marble. You're going to see all this in a second, and we'll try some ruined as well. And why not some paved? Alright, and if you look, we have our different types of brushes and ground that you sort of fill in here. So, gravel, concrete, parking, marble, some more marble. Some of the ruin just looks like ruined road, and then paved as well. So you can get all these different brushes. They wind up in water, and you get different sizes of them. So you can put that in there, sort of then connect, and then you see. Now the overlap is a little hard. I have to admit that it's something that I'm still learning. You got to really eyeball them because it's in water. It's a little bit hard to see. So let's try this again. So you're getting closer. But for fill-in, in a couple areas where you just need a little bit of fill-in, or you want to try to have a little bit of different look, I think it's a really nice set of tools. And they're as good as can be within the confines of sort of how we're stuck with it, basically, unfortunately. Look, you can even put in the fields. The fields may be my favorite part, like just putting a paintbrush over the ground so you can have a little bit of field is kind of awesome. I think there's a one by one, a 4x4, a 2x2, so that's the biggest right there. But you can even like do this. No, I just destroyed that, but let's say it like that, and there you go. You have sort of multiple overlapping fields. Looks gorgeous. They're a nice little set of tools. Not perfect, but I think if you read some of the comments in the mod, it's basically what you're stuck with right now until you can get some better additions from what the game allows you to do in terms of brushes and that kind of stuff. So I think it's a nice fill-in for now. Really fun to work with, really fun to fill in and use in your cities just to get a little bit of color and creativity in there. And again, it's the Ultimate Areas Filters version 2. It's a collection by FX2K. Thank you guys very much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next week.